welcome back. We have arrived at yet another crime scene at the Tyrell Corporation where somebody blew up a scientist. I hate it when people do that, because I am a scientist. And apparently somebody tried to access the computer to find out about some DNA.
Someone had tried to access a bunch of protected files on the Tyrell network.
But we already heard that. We also found a dragonfly earring here.
Jesus.
That's the word for it, yeah.
I seen worse, but not by much.
Learn anything?
You could strain him through a sieve.
Actually looks surprisingly intact, considering the explosion.
This earring yours?
Maybe it belonged to that other cop who was up here. The babe with the shades and the cigarettes.
Ain't her style. Call her babe to her face, you're liable to end up with a severe limp.
Yeah, Crystal is not the kind of person to say that to, I think.
You spot anything you think I ought to know about, tell me.
Absolutely.
This is quite a mess. And this scientist does not look very good.
Obviously he'd been killed with an explosive, and not just because he'd been plastered on the wall with 1,000 strokes. The detonator wire I pulled out of his skull told the whole story. The killer was an expert. The charge had been big enough to do the job, but not big enough to shatter the soundproof walls of the float chamber. But I wondered why the killer didn't just shoot him.
I guess he wanted to be extra thorough.
Disgusting.
Indeed.
Disgusting.
These click spots are a bit vague sometimes. Oh, damn, dead dogs.
I'd seen more dead animals than live ones in the last 24 hours, and now it was dogs. 3 of them. I thought about Maggie and nearly threw up. I'd seen more dead animals than live ones, and now it was dogs. I thought about...
Okay.
I'd seen more... And
Apparently that's all we can find out about him here. What's this? Looks like the delivery box he used.
a takeout box from Kingston Kitchens.
Kingston Kitchens. I guess we're gonna have to pay that a visit later.
Kingston Kitchens. Where have I heard that before? The detonator wire I pulled out of his skull told the whole story. The killer...
What's this?
The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe?
Ricky. Which one of the three, though? I think that's just about all we can find here. If I missed anything, I'm sure people will point it out in the comments. Keep in mind, though, that if I miss anything, it might be because it wasn't there during my practice run. Because, like I said, some of the evidence that shows up differs between games. Wait a second, we just found out his dog is named Ricky? No, he wouldn't. That'd be too stupid. Let's try it.
Eisenduller had used his dog's name as a password.
Oh,
the
come
Tyrell
on.
brass wouldn't be too happy if they knew I was snagging a copy of their files, but someone had wanted him bad enough to kill Eisenduller, so I figured they must be worth having.
Might be able to use them as bargaining material or something if we ever come across these replicants. We got some DNA info, apparently. Yep, that's a piece of DNA. Pointless.
The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe?
Honestly, who uses their dog's name as their password? That is so stupid. Apparently, Tyrell does not take security very seriously. And see where it got them. Hey, Crystal.
Lagging behind again?
Guza didn't say anything about me working with a partner.
Oh, in a pig's ass, Slim. No, I'm following up on my own. Could be it's linked to this Tyrell debacle.
Really? You think so?
How's yours connected to mine?
I'm still fitting the pieces together. You know the moon bus massacre that went down last month?
Gaff mentioned something about it.
The rogue skin jobs probably flew to Earth. And one of them is a demolitions expert, similar MO to your Vic upstairs.
Hell of a coincidence.
I'll call you if I find out anything more about your case.
That's interesting. So now we have this Rastafarian guy who may have been at Tyrell bombing, who definitely was at this murder, who may also be involved with that moon bus. And the moon bus is connected to Zubin, who may be connected to Lucy and the other reps. It's one big conspiracy, I tell you. Let's see if the guard knows anything else. We can ask him a whole bunch of questions now.
You friendly with Eisenduller?
Most of the employees I see coming in morning and night, but old Marcus, Dr. Eisenduller, he almost never left his lab.
He afraid of somebody?
I think it had something to do with the air outside, and the germs. I once heard him complain about it.
Smart. What was his job?
Grav Test Chief Engineer. The lab runs tests to see how a replicant would perform in different planetary gravitational fields. That kind of thing. One of the other engineers could tell you more.
Yeah, but they're not really around, are they?
You know if anyone lost an earring like this one lately?
Not one of the employees, that's for sure. The boss enforces a strict dress code around here.
How did Eisenduller's moo-moo fit in?
Hey, you know, company rules only apply to the lesser mortals.
So that means the earring could be from someone in the company, just a higher ranked person. Somehow I doubt it. Would be nice if we could talk to the big boss himself, Eldon Tyrell.
How do I get in to see the big boss?
You don't, unless he wants to see you.
Okay. How do I make him want to see me?
Well, you could call his personal assistant.
Who is?
Don't know offhand.
Yeah, I get the picture.
He's real helpful.
You know anything about Tyrell's computer system?
Security is tight as a drum, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
Somebody tried to access restricted data from the terminal in Dr. Eisenduller's office.
But they couldn't get in.
Yeah. Looks like Dr. Tyrell keeps his files safer than he keeps his employees.
Well, not really, considering he was using his dog's name as a password.
I may have more questions for you later on.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we're done with him for now, actually. I still would really like to talk to Eldon Tyrell. But we're gonna have to find another way to do that. And it's not possible in every game, so we may not end up doing it at all. Or we may not end up doing it in this act. Who knows? Anything new from the lab? I don't think so. Yeah. I think after Act 1, the lab guys are basically almost always absent. Oh, we got a new photograph to run through the Esper.
Scanning video disk. One enhanceable image found. Adding enhanceable photographs to Kaya database. Tyrell Grav Test Lab.
Let's take a look. There are a number of things we can find in this picture. There's Eisenduller. I doubt he's something we're interested in. I guess making someone work in low gravity is not very good for your physical fitness. Well, not very much of interest going on there. What's this? Bottles, by the looks of it. And that's junk. Well, let's look at something a little bit more obvious. Like our suspect.
The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me. Like the cheap crap sold at the stands and shops of Animoid Row. Give me a hard copy of that.
Good. We now know that the earring belongs to him. Can't you get a mugshot of him as well? Or is it only the earring?
The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't like the cheap...
Apparently it's only the insect. What's he holding in his left hand there? I'm sure that's something. Aha!
A bomb. Give me a hard copy of that.
Well, we already knew he used a bomb, so... He also got a gun. Why didn't he use it? Maybe he was out of bullets. But apparently that is not interesting enough to qualify as evidence. How about the takeout box? Yep.
A takeout box from Kingston Kitchens. Give me a hard copy of that.
Of course, we'd already found that at the crime scene. How that survived the explosion, God knows, but anyway. And the dog.
The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe? Give me a hard copy of that.
And that's another way you can get his password if you didn't find the collar at the crime scene. And I think that's all of it. Not 100% sure, but I do believe so. If not, I'll come back to it later.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Let's see if we got anything new. Well, we got
The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't
Our
know
suspect?
much about jewelry, but it looked...
Oh, in a pig's ass, Slim.
The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe? Kingston Kitchens. Where have I heard that before?
we got all the stuff we found.
Most of the employees I see come...
Nothing new there, and it doesn't look like we got anything from the upload and download. But, well, like I said, I still want to find a way to talk to Tyrell, but if we don't have the clout to do so, and the security guard can help us, maybe Guza can help us. But we'll have to see if he can in the next video.